Today I want to talk about a class in World of Warcraft that's been close to my heart for a long time. The Mage. It's the original class I decided to roll when first picking up the game, and even when I stopped playing it for a while, I always looked at other mages in awe, as they had burst me down in seconds when doing BGs on other characters. There's something about the Mage which I just find really cool, and if you were to ask me what I thought the coolest class in WoW was in general, I'd probably say the Mage. For me, the Mage has always brought a lot to the table. It has 3 unique range DPS specs, each of which has its own flavour. You've got Arcane, which for a long time was the best Mage raiding spec, dealing huge amounts of damage with a relatively simple rotation. Fire, which feels like a turret of flaming destruction with its pyroblast procs, decent mobility and awesome visual effects. And Frost, which is my personal favourite of the Mage specs, where you use frost magics to root, shatter and slow enemies, as well as deal insane burst damage with your Frozen Orb, Ice Novas and Comet Storm. Aside from that, the Mage is the master of crowd control with spammable polymorphs, slows, stuns in the form of Deep Freeze or Dragon's Roar, and an AoE CC with Ring of Frost. Back in vanilla, the Mage was a vital part of groups when doing dungeons, due to all the utility it brought to groups and the wonderful ability to conjure food. Due to how things have changed in the game over the years, mages aren't quite as important to small groups as they used to be, but regardless, they're still always welcome thanks to their damage output. When I first started WoW back in late BC, I remember the exact moment I truly fell in love with the Mage. It was during the Agman family crypts quests in the Tristful Glades. You had to fight your way through a narrow tomb with lots of mobs which had a large aggro radius. I died countless times on this quest, but eventually learned to use my Frost Nova and Polymorph effectively to make things easier, eating to full health after every mob I killed. I love how I felt the Mage gave me all the tools I needed to deal with any situation, and I felt a great deal of accomplishment after finishing that quest. To be honest, I don't think I'd have stood a chance if I'd tried to do the same thing on another class such as a warrior. As I leveled up and started doing dungeons, I felt like a vital part of the group, especially if we had an undergeared tank, as I could help out greatly with crowd control. I'd spam poly on a certain mob and use my Frost Nova as much as I could to help break up incoming damage. When I returned to the game in Wrath of the Lich King, I remember a really cool way to get a bunch of XP quickly on a mage in the Boran Tundra. You'd pull a huge pack of wandering rhinos and wildlife before freezing them in place and using your blizzard to AoE them down. This helped me max out my skinning and make a lot of gold as well as gaining a few levels. In Onyxia's lair, when it was scaled up in Wrath, I remember topping the DPS despite being a terrible player by using my blizzard when the whelps spawned. I think I went from like 2k DPS to around 5k, which was pretty decent back then, and it made me feel like a good player even if just for a short time. The reason I stopped playing my Mage was due to Arcane being by far the best raiding spec back in Wrath, which sucked for me because I loved playing Frost. Since then I've raided with a few other classes, but never felt like I've found a DPS that really ticks all the boxes for me. I'm glad each spec is more viable for PvE now, because for someone like me that doesn't care too much about min-maxing, it allows me to just play what I enjoy. I'm sure if I was to get into a mythic raiding guild, one of the Mage specs would be slightly better, but at lower levels of raiding the gap is much smaller than it used to be back in the day. I've been playing my Mage almost exclusively since 6.2 because I've rediscovered what an awesome and fun class it can be if you nail the fundamental basics. I haven't gone too balls deep into raiding, but I know that when Legion drops, the Mage will definitely be a strong contender for my main PvE and PvP class, unless it goes through some changes which really break its playstyle. Despite me not playing WoW that much at the moment, the only thing I do feel compelled to do is casual Mage PvP and Battleground skirmishes, and maybe some rated stuff. We may not be a class that tops the total damage done due to not having the AoE dot pressure that a Boomkin or Affliction Lock has, but we certainly do rake in those kill and blows and tear up the melee classes in a matter of seconds if we have our big damage cooldowns up. I think the main class that count as mages pretty hard are the Hunters, but then again Hunters are good against pretty much every spec. In terms of playstyle, I love that we don't rely on a big 3-minute cooldown to burst like a lot of classes. We can do some pretty crazy burst every minute by opening with a freeze into Deep Freeze, Comet Storm, Frozen Orb, Double Nova and Ice Lance spam. I love how often you can do big damage as a mage. Aside from the damage, I love the mobility with blazing speed and the option to blink stuns, not to mention our ability to self-heal with Spell Steal and Ice Block. Slow fall is another awesome ability that can be a lot of fun. If you're on the cliffs in a Raffi Basin, then you can blazing speed slow fall all the way to the blacksmith in a few seconds. Oh, and I almost forgot, we have the ability to teleport to any major city in the game with no cooldown. You don't even need a half-stone as a mage. The final thing I want to mention about the mage, which is another big reason I love the class, is the aesthetics. They have some amazing armor sets and a huge amount of transmog possibilities, and due to the unique flavour of the specs, you can make a mog themed around each spec if you like. There's just something about the class that really tickles my pickle. It's just a combination of how great the visuals look, the playstyle, the utility, and the general fantasy behind being a mage. If you've never tried this class out, then I'd highly recommend you do so, because they're a lot of fun and in my opinion, one of, if not the best ranged DPS class in the game. Deep freeze, icy veins, orb. Blink that stun. Block now. Done goofed. Block. Deep freeze. Come on. Get wrecked. Didn't realise priests could go invisible for so long. Drop some deeps on this mage, well, get wrecked. Mage challenge mode gear looks so cool. I really wish I got it when I had the chance. Makes me so sad. As a mage, you don't need no goblin glider. You've got slow fall, baby. Although the goblin glider is substantially faster. Let's just join the clusterfuck. Eat my orb, eat my novas. Paladin's probably going to bubble straight away. Interrupt the chaos bolt. And boom. Now we absolutely fucking demolish this hunter here. Boom. Oh fuck. The whole team... Invis. When the whole horde team's coming at you, at least you've got invis. As a mage, you always want to block at the last possible moment. Something you do want to do as a mage in PvP is have a key binding for your pet's passive and assist. Really handy, because sometimes if you just leave it on assist, then your pet just goes fucking miles away. Okay, we've got a chance for some big deeps now. Orb, icy veins, fucking everything. Look at that deeps. Beautiful, beautiful damage. Comet Storm just looks so fucking powerful. Get wrecked. Don't really want to stand toe to toe with Pally, I'll just poly him. Blink the Hodge, because you can do that. You can blink stuns. Start running. Just keep spell stealing. Okay, keep running. Keep running. Block. Oh, we got here. We got Hunter. Deep. Icy Veins. Orb. Double Nova. He's almost dead. He's dead. Oh god, the Pally's almost dead already. Probably the Palorino. Run, block, GG. Flap, little chicken, flap! Flap those wings! I'm beginning to feel like a mage god. I'm so glad I didn't roll a warlock. Oh fuck, block! Ready for my second block! Gotta love blocking that low, feels good, man. Who should we burst? I feel like bursting this druid, the healer. Makes sense. Boom, 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 boom. All the procs in the world, all the procs, baby. Give me those sweet procs. Now we chase the hunter down. He's gone, he's in Africa. Polly the shaman, polly the shaman, polly the shaman to dismount the shaman. There we go. Polly the druid. Woo. I want to kill this shaman right here. Boom, 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 boom. Double Nova. And it's gone. Now we're going to burst these fuckers. Switch to the shaman. So much deeps, so much deeps. I'd say that right now the mage is like 80% going to be my main class in Legion. There's a very good chance I'm just going to main this. I might even go for Lawmaster on my mage at some point. It looks like a 6-minute Strand of the Ancients win. Feels good. They are all just piled here. Why? There we go. Bit of cheeky Blizzard AoE. Put my orb in. All the procs. Give me those procs. There it is. GG. Look at my rooster, guys. Isn't it glorious? Okay, we're going to start off invisible. I think we're going to burst down this Warlock. Boom, 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 boom. And it's dead. So over here we've got one undead guarding the blacksmith. So we're going to go over here. James Bond star. Oh, fuck. There's quite a few of them. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Woo! You can't see me! Fuck this. As a mage, you'll end up hating hunters. I fucking do. Come on. And we're good. We should be good. We should be fine. Can we survive? We survived. The Great Escape. There we go. Deep. All of that. There it is. Poly that mage. Frostjaw him out of that poly. Poly third. Boom, boom, boom. Frostjaw. And it's dead. Got those sweet, sweet heals. Poly that ring. Interrupt that ring. We're going to do slow fall. We're going to use blazing speed. We're going to jump. We're going to go invis. We're going to orb. We're going to deep. We're going to use this. We're going to go ham. We're going to trinket that. Gonna poly this rogue, but he's got cloak up. Not good. And we win. GG. So that's it for this video, guys. I know it may have came across a bit random, but I really just felt like nerding out about the mage today. I may do similar videos in the future if I get hyped about another class that I'm playing. However, it's not something that I'm specifically planning on because it would feel forced if I was to talk passionately about all the classes, as there's a few that I don't really like that much. If you've played a mage and want to give me your opinion on the class as a whole, then please leave a comment below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again really soon. I'm so sold right now. I am so sold. Good player housing, good combat system, decent graphics, amazing character customization. This is what I want. This seems to be a bit of a peasant house. Let's go in this one.